So, red-white combo tokens is a archetype that we have played a little bit in the previous season. And previously, it had played Craterhoof Behemoth, which was a card, when you drew it, you just couldn't cast it. It was kind of awkward, even if it did enable combo kills for you. We got Elesh Norn in HA5, which, while slightly less explosive than Craterhoof Behemoth, provides a very similar effect in a card that we can just cast here. So what I've done here is we've still got Transmogrify to turn our token creatures into Elesh Norn, potentially on turn 4 guaranteed. But past Transmogrify and against interaction heavy decks, I'm just playing 4 copies of Chandra Torch of Defiance, because Chandra can actually let us play Elesh on turn 4 with a nut draw without Transmogrify, because you go Legions landing on 1, 2 tokens on 2, flip Legions landing on 3, play Chandra on 3, on 4 plus Chandra for mana, play Elesh Norn. Past all of that, just getting Elesh Norn into play, we just have a good, fair beatdown plan. We've got History of Benalia, Heroic Reinforcements, and Lorehold Command is just like lots of power to put into play. So we've got this kind of pseudo combo thing with Elesh Norn to beef up our team, and then we also have, you know, just kind of good token beatdown. You'll note I've excluded playing cards like Intangible Virtue. In chat, this is the best deck building advice you're ever going to find anywhere. Your deck will be better when you put more good cards in it. Intangible Virtue is an individually weak card that's only good when you have a bunch of tokens in play. And if you have a bunch of tokens in play, you're probably doing okay anyways. Things like Heroic Reinforcements are great because they do stuff on their own as well. Oh, you're playing Chandra 6 in the sideboard. I like the idea of Chandra 6 in the board. I actually like that idea a lot. Let's put a couple of her. There's been a lot of Gandalfs lately, and Chandra 6 is good against Gandalf. Let's trim in Emeria and a Rest in Peace. All right, let's do it. Really interested to see how this deck sideboards. I mean, you get the the loose plan is you cut the Transmogrifies against anything that is mid-range you or controlling that's going to be interacting with you, and you just cast Elesh Norn as an honest card. Dintez, thanks for the 21 months. Welcome back. Yeah, seems fine. It's good. Forbidden Friendship, History, Heroic, solid curve here. Three untapped lands, over colors. I think 3-mana Chandra is a worse Magic card than all of the other cards we're currently playing in this deck. Is the TLDR and why I've chosen to exclude 3-mana Chandra. As someone who loves 3-mana Chandra and has cast her a lot, I just don't think she's very good. Watching one of your YouTube videos from yesterday, you said MH2 releases on Moto, but it actually releases 2 weeks earlier on June 3rd. Oh, that's good to know. I actually didn't know that, and that is very good to know. I appreciate the information. I should have known better and should have known to fact check Twitch chat. I apologize for the faulty assumption that Twitch chat had given me correct information. Thanks for citing a source. Hey, Boog. Thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. I've been playing this list since watching your deck building stream and had good success. Sweet. That's great to hear. Generic Builder, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, click that link. Okay, so maybe I'll send out my June survey. Yeah, I don't think I'll do it right when it drops because of card availability stuff, but I'll send out my sub survey sooner rather than later. So that way we can make an informed decision. Okay, so do I want heroic reinforcements this turn or next turn? I think it's next turn, right? Because I can like Dragon Fodder landing this turn, and then next turn we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tokens, 7, 8 tokens to punch with. There's also a good chance to like have another shock or something, and we're gonna kill this knight this turn. Gonna hide the Shefet Dunes for now so they don't know it's coming. I mean, I don't expect you to know when Magic Online is going to be doing things, but here's the best piece of advice I can give you so all of you can do your part to make the internet a better place. If you don't know the correct answer to something, keep your mouth shut. It would be incredible how much better the internet and the world would be if people, I don't expect people to know everything, but I just don't want you to confidently lie to me or potentially be wrong if you don't know something. It's always okay to not know something. The issue is that when you don't know something and then you act like you do, that's the problem. We could be dead here, huh? Double Arclight Phoenix? It's the 12 months strong. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Or at least like put a qualifier. Like, I think it's this, but let me go look. I think it's this, but you should go look it up. Stuff like that. Yeah, I think we're dead, unfortunately, huh? Maybe I was super dead. I guess we could. Now, even if we flip an Elesh Norn, we're still dead here, right? Because the Sprite Dragon will kill us? No, literally dead, doesn't matter. Got it. Excellent. The Phoenix deck is really good when it has 3 Phoenixes and 15 cards. Yeah. Turns out. Shocker. All right, so I think this is a Transmogrify out matchup because their deck is capable of having shocks and stuff. I'm gonna trim 1 Elesh Norn because I am cutting these. So I'll still keep some because we want to cast some with Chandra on occasion, bring in some hate cards. I mean, that's part of the appeal of playing Phoenix deck, right? Sometimes you have the nut draws. Sometimes you run them over. It's possible I want some of my deal 3s. The Magic Online calendar has no events listed for June yet. That's just peak Wizards of the Coast right there. I mean, it's not like it's almost June. It's still March 2020. Why would they have a June 2021 event calendar up? Thanks for the follow, Builder. We played like 3 matches with Bant GCG, and it was kind of a disaster, and I didn't upload it to YouTube. Because it was real bad. Our curve is good here. Yeah, like the 2 mana tokens, history, heroic reinforcements curve was great. Some good honest beats. Growth Chamber Guardian is GCG. It's a pet card of mine from Old Standard. It depends on when you cast Elesh. Elesh before like turn 5 or 6 is anything but honest. Don't spell pierce me. Probably has a shock or a lightning axe. Just a brainstorm, huh? End-step brainstorm with Phoenix in the bin feels strange. Trying to think, like, what does their hand look like? This is an optimal play. I'm struggling to come up with cards that could be in their hand that make end-step brainstorm here, right? Ooh, Fabled Passage means that they are not bringing Phoenix back this turn. He's dead, Jim. You got him. Hey, do you also have a Spell Pierce? Because otherwise, beep beep. The arena button for set rotation takes you to an article from June 2020. Sounds about right. Alright, they're dead to this Shefet Dunes next turn. Just like solid turn 5 lethal without Elesh Norn. They might leave Phoenix back on defense here. Yeah, Elesh, we're gonna see, like, it's gonna take people a little bit to develop it too, but like, I think we'll probably see like ramp and control decks that want to play this card at some point too. I think it's definitely too early to say what the best Elesh deck is. Legion's landing is technically ramped for Elesh Norn too, which is also gas. So like we don't just have Chandra that ramps, we have Legion's landing in Chandra. Alright, you can dodge a flame sweep, we can dodge a ball, champ. Speaking as someone who has had his Elesh Norn lightning axe and then pillar of flames several times today, which is not that hard to deal with. Hey, I've had a bunch of people say they're having success with Dragon's Dorn, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see that tomorrow. We're gonna be, or not tomorrow. Well, hopefully we'll see it tomorrow in the open. Monday we're gonna be playing it again myself. What does green add of value to this deck here, say? Hey, Kletz, you're here. You're still good to help me run the open tomorrow, right? I haven't checked in with you this week. I assume that's the case, but Andrew there in chat is the master of our time shift and feature matches. Makes our endless magic that we do for coverage possible. I'm happy with how we boarded. We even won that game without a sideboard card, which was sick. Do I want Elesh in this matchup? Or am I supposed to trim her? I think there's a chance we don't want her, which makes me sad. Okay, I think I'm supposed to board in these 2-mana removal spells. I mean, like, Rest in Peace stops them from Phoenixing too, though. I think I'd rather have these to kill their cheap things. Sprite Dragon early is pretty important. Yeah, 7 mana is fine in the creature matchups. So the problem with cards, I don't know what Bertigard does, but the problem with things like Toski is that, like, you're assuming that I already have a bunch of tokens in play, and if I have tokens in play, I'm probably winning the game anyways. And, like, talking about Toski, like, I don't think Toski's better than Heroic Reinforcements or Or Chandra. And you can type ! profile in chat to see all the decks that I've played. Oh man, discarded an extra looting and an Arclight Phoenix? Rip. Rip! Ooh, baby, baby! Baby, baby! We have history into heroic reinforcements as well. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've given someone a thorough history lesson, chat. For those of you that didn't play when this card was standard legal, History of Benalia combos with History of Benalia. Because they make a bunch of night tokens. It's such a gorgeous unroll, the scroll there. It was a $35 card in standard. Wild. I guess it is a mythic, huh? I don't understand what you're saying, Closer. Are you saying it uploads a copy of the deck with the deck sideboarded? Is that what you're saying? Correct, instead of what the deck looks like game one? Sure. Feel free to forward that along to their people. That doesn't seem like a big deal, though. As always, you can find my preferred deck list for things after the fact on my YouTube channel in the video descriptions. One Chandra, please. There's a good chance it's a bug that they just didn't consider. The deck list on screen's that way. Oh, so not on the profile page. Yeah, the deck list on screen shows the cards currently in my deck. That's a decision. I think that's fine. Because it shows you the odds of drawing a given card while we're playing the game. Maybe the export button should be the original deck still. Maybe that's feedback I should pass along. Alright, I have sent the feedback to the appropriate person. Thank you for helping me understand what you were saying. I love it when I have land draws that are lethal, chat. They're my favorite kind of draws. Pew pew! Pew pew pew! So, because it implemented a variety of different issues. There also are probably problems with cards that are present in the best of 1 sideboard and the best of 3 sideboard. Caused all sorts of stupid issues since they made that change, in addition to making the interface look god-awful. I'm gonna lead on the plains here, because if we draw a red source, I want this to be an extra white, probably. I guess I have a double red card in my hand. I think of Intangible Virtue. I talked about it during the deck tech, but I think Intangible Virtue is a bad magic card because it is individually weak. I'd much rather play cards like Lorehold Command or Heroic Reinforcements that are individually powerful. A lot of Phoenix today, huh? Hopefully they tap out again next turn and we draw an untapped land and can Transmogrify them. Is it wrong that I subscribe to use the Circle Jerk command? Not at all. Enjoy the memes. Mean deck Mystic Dispute. This is 10, 13, 16. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead to a burn spell and a cantrip. They have a lot of series that kill us here. They only have 2 more, so they need burn spell plus 1 more. Oh, just 2 spells do it because of the Phoenix, right? Okay, well, well, we can't play around shit, right? Because we're just dead. So, yes, this is the play. Okay, so they have 8, 13. So we just pass now. And then if we hit an untapped land next turn, Lorehold Command is still lethal, right? God, fuck that. That's so frustrating. Just like, those are the games of Magic that just like absolutely fucking suck. Like, we got incredibly unlucky to like sit there and brick on lands, and they just like can't just like draw one brick for 1 turn. Opponent played fine, just very frustrating variance. Thanks for the 24 months, Sazzy. Welcome back, Flash. Hey, thanks for playing, Lolly. Interesting how many people we end up with. Might be one of our smaller tournaments, probably because it's a holiday weekend in the United States. How many we got? Oh, we're up to 66. We had less than 60 when I looked this morning. Leafy Lizard and Movie Food. Gonna cast this. I think I lead on friendship plus landing here, because this way it encourages them to use a removal spell on one of these next turn to prevent the landing flip. And that way maybe the history token gets to live. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in all 6 pieces of my deal 3 damage removal, because killing Sprite Dragon seems really important. Tokens go to the graveyard and then are exiled upon immediately after. So you can never respond to them going to the graveyard. But they do in fact end up there. They trigger things like this card dies effects, for example. Something like Blood Artist. Get triggered by tokens. We're spell piercing when I can pay for it. Deal. Glad we started on that. Dig Dug, thanks for the follow. Yeah, always. And you've got your sub to the channel. You should pop on in the subs Discord server. We've got some folks in there who are confirmed Magic judges that are always happy to answer questions. If you ever have a rules question like that, I'm not online. There's an at judge tag you can do that tags folks that said they're willing to answer questions. Okay, so I think we do this, and then we just pass and use First Fort this turn. The fact that the Sprite Dragon is outside of range of us killing it probably means we're dead at this point. Suppose we could peel like a reinforcement, but feels like this one slipped away. Well, that's honestly one of the best things about Arena, is Arena largely lets you ignore a lot of those intricacies and just like handles them for you so they work correctly. I am a paper boomer from the days of yore. Before I was streaming full time, while I was just starting my content stuff, I traveled to play a ton of Paper Magic. When the Star City Games Tour was running their paper tournaments, I qualified for a couple of their Players Championships, top 8 at a bunch of their Opens, etc. That's aggressive. I guess this means they can kill us next turn. Yeah, it's a real shame we don't have heroic reinforcements. Would they have been forced to chump if we did that? Reinforcements would have been 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17. Yeah, they would have been forced to trade. Unfortunately, we're just dead, right? I guess they technically could have bricks in their hand, right? I get to gain 2 here. Ah, damn it. I wasn't paying attention. Obviously, I should have used the Adanto to cast my thing, and then the other one would let me make a token. Hey, 13, thanks for the prime. Welcome to the channel. Wouldn't be here without the support of folks like you. Spy Super Agent. Welcome. Probably dead, I assume. This is 12. They have to have 2 spells in hand, right? 1 spell doesn't do it. I guess it could be a Shocker or Pillar of Flame. So close, and yet so far away, chat. Enhanced Benalia prowess with no targets for triggers, right? I believe so. Yes, the levels in Pokemon Go take astronomically longer. In fact, wow. Okay, alright, you know what? We bitched a lot about being unlucky in the first game. I will accept the sometimes lucky that just allowed us to win that game. I will accept the sometimes lucky. Yeah, to get from level 39 to 40 in Pogo, it's like as much experience as it takes you to get from 1 to 39. I'm halfway to level 40. Hey Googs, thanks for the 17 months. Welcome back. When Pogo rolls their competitive ladder season over next month, I'm gonna have to do some Pogo battles on stream. I like their PvP a lot. And trim a couple of Dragon Fodder here, I think, for a couple extra pieces of interaction here on the draw. I don't know what Pokemon Masters is, so... Are you talking about VGC? The video game competition on the Switch stuff? Or something else? Well, it's kind of sad that these are rip-aparts and not Dragon Fodders, this game. This would be much better if they were Dragon Fodders. Oh, Pokemon Master different. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Listen, I've been playing Pokemon Go for like half a decade, chat. Basically a boomer game at this point. It's Raid Shadow Legends, but Pokemon. No, I don't need another Raid Shadow Legends in my life. It doesn't surprise me that there's a Pogo Gacha game though. That's probably incredibly profitable. They did, Annie. I'm surprised I've never heard of that. They must not advertise very well. Pride of Nilla, thank you for the 10 months. Welcome back. Honestly, it could be... I've got 3 Rest in Peace, 2 Archon. It could be right to have more Archon. Archon's pretty good here. They have exactly Lightning X to deal with it, basically. No blocks. Oh, Faithless Looting. Yeah, that's a good spell. Enjoy your spell for the turn. Was it good for you, opponent? It was good for me. Deck Stone being an okay choice. Having some ways to kill larger things seems appealing. This spell pierce? Nope. Beep, beep. Block dead. Beep, Beep-a-doo-doo. I like the suggestion of some Deccan Stone. Phoenix is pretty popular right now, and having a way to kill larger threats sounds good. We always board out Transmog when we bring in 3-mana creatures. So boarding out Transmogrify is something that you want to do against decks that you expect to have lots of cheap interaction. So if your opponent kills your creature in response to Transmogrify, you don't get to Transmogrify. So if that's something you expect to be happening, you should board this out. So like their deck has shocks and lightning X's. Are there enchantments that I care about, or would I rather have a Braid than Rip Apart? What are enchantments I might care about in this format? Are there any? Yeah, triple red is hard to guess. Virulent Plague, technically, but no. You know, I don't think we're bringing in Rip Apart against Jeskai Control. What's my sideboard plan? Let's check that, actually. What's my sideboard plan against Jeskai Control? Against Jeskai Control, I want to cut these, and I want to bring in Reidane, Chandra. Seems fine. I guess you could maybe make the argument that I don't want all the Elesh there, but I think she's also fine to keep in. Yeah, I think this is the control plan. Timely Reinforcements isn't really a good Magic card. You'd much rather... So, Timely Reinforcements is a card that's good against small edges aggro decks that are nickel and diming you out of the game. The aggro decks that exist in Historic today, like Gruul with Embercleave, don't win by inches, they hit you with a truck and win by a mile. So cards like, you need to play cards that are interaction like removal to stop them from getting to critical mass, rather than cards like Timely Reinforcement that try and gain incremental advantages. Cryo Banshee, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think we mulligan this. Not only does it have double Elesh, but it's missing the second white for history. Feels magic, man. Hey, Cousin Vin, thanks for the 42 months. Welcome back. That aggro analogy is particularly applicable to Runeterra's god-awful meta. Yeah. I like follow a couple of Runeterra people still on Twitter just to like keep tabs on things. It doesn't seem like I'm missing much over there at the moment. Wow, if we get to flip landing and stick Chandra here, we should be in a very good spot. I hope Runeterra gets their stuff sorted and they get to a point that's I feel is worth playing again. It's like their software is really good, and Riot was a good company to work with. Honestly, as someone who's worked with a lot of video game companies at this point, Riot's probably the best company I've ever worked with. They're very good about supporting their creators and giving them assets that they need to be successful. Promote their stuff. Ooh. All right, let's see how Elesh feels post board and figure out. I'm glad we're playing this matchup, Because if this card feels clunky post-board against Jeskai, I probably want a couple more cards in my board that can come in against Jeskai, which could mean maybe we want these Abrades to be rip aparts. I just don't enjoy card games as a single-player experience, Steve. If I want, the only reason I play single-player video games is to experience something that's adjacent to a movie. I want my single-player video games to feel like I'm playing a movie, basically. And things like Slay the Spire and stuff like that. That's why for the couple of like roguelites that I've played and enjoyed, things like Griftlands or stuff like that are ones that I find myself gravitating towards because they're RPGs with stories baked into them as opposed to just like card battlers. I don't find playing a card battler against a computer particularly satisfying. I do actually have the co-op Dice Throne game. My wife's a Kickstarter addict, so we have like a bunch of Kickstarter stuff like that. We haven't played it yet with the kids, but it's on our to-do list. Unfortunate that we don't have a play on turn 3 here. Right on time, History of Benalia. Welcome to the party. I have heard the name Uncharted before. I have not looked into it. I have like a backlog of games that I've already bought on sale at various points. There's a lot of good games out there that fill that role I just talked about. I'm gonna get to more of them eventually. Playing through like 10, 15 hours a week on stream. I don't plan to stop doing that anytime soon. You don't have a backlog, or are you even an adult gamer? Yeah, exactly. What was it? Last of Us 2 is half off on the PlayStation sale. So I have Last of Us and Last of Us 2 in my do this eventually category now. I mean, now I just do this, right? Actually, do I just like attack? Does this feel like a Shark Typhoon turn? I feel like I need to do this to play around Shark Typhoon, right? I have not. So the first and second one are on my backlog. Why don't we attack first? Because I'm making a token that gets to attack. This makes a 3/2, chat. The spirit gets to attack if you do it first. The card resolves in order, so it makes a 3/2 and then it gives things 1/0 and indestructible. Hey, Monster Man. Good to see you dropping in. Catch us at the tail end. It's gonna be our last deck of the day. But it's been a good set of games today, for sure. What do we think of passing here? Lorehold commanding on their turn and then playing another good spell on our turn. I think is probably the line here. Because they almost assuredly have a Helix or a counterspell or something. So now we just pass, because if they Helix us at end of turn, we Lorehold Command and kill them. Hey, what's going on, Sean? Hope your weekend's going well. Wow! Brutal! Savage! Wrecked! Authority of the councils. Look at the way they massacred my boy, chat. What a What a rude... Okay, maybe I do want Rip Apart. Maybe I do want Rip Apart. I asked what enchantments we care about. Like, that's an enchantment that I care about. Alright, it was the line last turn. I think it's the line again this turn, right? Or do I just Chandra now? Is it crazy to just Chandra now? They have plenty of mana. It's gonna Chandra now. Yeah, I like Chandraing and trying to kill him this way. Is there a veto in my future? Is it still Chandra, or is it trying to murder them with Lorehold Command? They've got one card, chat. One card. They've played Lapse. They've played a Helix. I think we just try and kill them. Oh, yeah. I do think... After seeing how that game played out, I want Rip Aparts to be able to board out 2 of the Elesh Norns. I think 4 is probably too many here post-board. Yeah, it was great, Ellenden. We made a couple of small changes that felt good. Colligan's command did not feel good, was the TLDR. Ended up cutting those before the end of the set. It's gonna remain in the high potential section on the site. We had some great games where we thrashed Jeskai Control. How do they not have a counterspell? They had a card. They always have it, chat. They always have it. Our opponent's a numbers gamer, chat. That probably means we're not gonna win the game. I mean, you'll almost assuredly use 2 copies of Colligan's Command at some point. Card's real good. Alright, cast a Narset for me, opponent. Glacial Fortress Narset. Alright, now I'm just passing, right? We're just gonna raise the alarm on their turn. There's no reason to play into a Wrath of God here. Need a blankie. If only there was some capable human being that could walk upstairs and get a blanket for you. Maybe me. I don't know any capable human beings that could walk upstairs and get blankets. You know anybody capable of walking upstairs? Oh. You need to walk up very nicely and quietly, okay? You'll be fine. Just walk up very nicely and get the blanket. You'll be okay. Making them use the treasure on the Helix there means that they can't Gear Hulk us this turn at least, so we've got that going for us. Yeah, Just Guy Control is definitely the most popular deck in the format. It's not particularly close.
You want to play with fire, huh? Yup.
I, for one, am not capable of walking upstairs to get the blankie. I believe you. Alright, we can dodge a Torrential Gear Hulk, we can dodge a ball. What's going on, Cheese? It might have been right to just deal 2 with this since they're at 10. And that would play around the sweeper a little bit. Like next turn I could have made mana. Yeah, they're sweeping. There's no blankie on the middle floor. It's a hard knock life.
Today's my lucky day.
Did you try and ask your mommy? Mommy's upstairs. Ask her very nicely, please. Is mommy sleeping too? Well, our tokens are about to get murdered. I guess it depends on what their leftovers are, right? The fact that they're about to draw 2 cards here is tough. You can walk upstairs very quietly to your bedroom and get a blanket, dude. Oh, they had a counter spell in there. Yikes. Okay, does that mean they have another Gear Hulk, or they're just that afraid of Elesh? I mean, I guess Elesh is pretty good. Hey, thanks for the 15 months, Cheetos. Welcome back. Chandra is threatening to ultimate here very soon. I promise you can. We reinforcements and Shefet next turn. No, because Shefet costs 4 plus itself. Even with this land draw, we're 1 mana short there. I could heroic reinforcements and then Chandra downtick the Gear Hulk, but that's probably not good because I want to threaten the ultimate.
This'll be easy.
Oh, I should put them to 1, right? It lets them crack Chandra on the backswing. Only played 1 Helix here is the problem. They have 2nd Helix. We end up in a little trouble.
Keep an open mind.
It's for 17 months of Mega King. Welcome back. Yeah. Do your card selection. Here we go again. Should have known again. Our Just Guy Control matchup seems okay so far. Got a lot of scrappy threats that are annoying for them. We board out Transmogrify against their cheap removal. Board out a couple Elesh Norn. The other one. It's the other one, chat. What do you need, dude?
Hungry.
You can go in the kitchen and eat, but you can't bring your phone. You know the rules. If Haley's sleeping, you just can't watch TV on the floor. Do we bring in Rip for Gear Hulk and Azcanta? Maybe because of the Gear Hulk variation, I could see that. Maybe that's fine. That is different than the last build we played against. My dudes, I love you, but you gotta play out there. My office is not a playpen. Did you pick his phone up off the floor? Give him his phone back now. I thought Jake was just playing because it was like right there, but apparently the other one took it. Oh, kids. Well, this keep is worked out well. Drew runner lands. Get an update on the blankie. I assume he has the blanket because he came back down and didn't complain about it. I don't know if you could see Declan's face when I asked him if he moved the phone, but it like scrunched up and he basically cackled. I'm really surprised this opponent is playing a bunch of copies of Absorb. There's not been a lot of aggro on the ladder recently in my experience. Wonder what they've been running into that they're choosing to play that as their counter spell of choice. Kind of surprises me.
Hurry.
Second verse, same as the first. Ooh, that qualifies as a little bit louder and a whole lot worse. Alright, maybe we should mulligan hands that don't have a curve. I think I have to mulligan this because not only is it land heavy, but it's missing my second red. I think I'd keep this with a 2-3 curve plus a utility land if one of these made red mana. But the fact that it's land heavy and also missing a color means that it's just not good enough. Alright, one of your finest 2 mana spells, please, deck. I want to draw 2 mana spell and then heroic reinforcements. About another non-utility land. Yikes. Okay, let the vetoing begin. The vetoing shall continue until morale improves, chap. If we'd had one of our 10 2-mana spells here, we'd have flipped Legion's Landing on 2, and the game probably gets over pretty quick from there. Interesting. So they have like Wrath of God that they're banking on. Yeah, Nahiri the Harbinger is a sweet card. Shadows has a ton of great designs in it. Tameo 4 is a Gap Planeswalker from that set too. I assume they're just gonna Wrath of God us on 4. We're gonna be real sad because we're just out of gas. Yeah, the Madness cards are good there too, for sure. Clarion? Like the way the game played out, it felt like they had to have the sweeper on 4. They played the non-white source, so I was like, huh. And that's the game where, like, you know, the game's not going to end for 40 more turns, but we can't win anymore, so let's go ahead and move on with our lives. It'd be nice if we could queue into a creature deck so we could see Elish's text box be relevant. We need to lose some matches so we can queue into fewer tryhards. It'll be interesting to see what Wizards does with the format if it stays how it is right now. It definitely feels like aggro's been pushed out of the format significantly, which I think in general is a bad thing. Yeah, Liliana the Last Hope is in that set, and Tireless Tracker. Gosh, so many good cards in that set. Last Hope is a gas card. Sweet, give me some aggro. I do not share the unnatural love people have for Grimflare. Never really understood the appeal of that card. I don't think it's particularly good or exciting. No, I don't. For people that are talking about representation, I'm talking about looking at the metrics from a number of the tournaments that have happened. We haven't had any really large tournaments, but the couple of smaller tournaments that we have had, aggro has not had impressive finishes in. The metrics that they've had have not looked good. Guess a good company kills us here. The Tarkus Command lethal. A Tarkus Command is 6. Maybe I should leave a blocker back because of a Tarkus Command. Questing Beast is not lethal. Okay, they can attack like that and not be dead. Shefet Dunes is lethal. I love lethal land drops, chat. Lethal land, best lands. Jace Mind Games, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Dunk, 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 dunk. Bing bonk, bing bonk. Second Stone, Helix, Rip Apart. Hey, thanks for 21 months, Avatar. Welcome back. What do we want to trim here? This is definitely a matchup where I want my Transmogrifys. We've been flirting in and out of the top 1200. I keep conceding to people who are up for the top 1200, keeping us just outside of it. Like when we queue into people that are within striking distance, I concede the match. Trim a couple of Dragon Fodder because they don't always attack in super appropriately. Lorehold Command, the deal theory on here is nice, but it's a little expensive. I think Emrakul will be auto left out / banned. Emrakul is legal in what's it called? Pioneer. I wouldn't be surprised if Emrakul got left out in the short term because of programming complexities, allowing you to control the opponent's turn. I can't imagine isn't easy from an interface perspective. All right, got a bit of a history lesson here. Solid curve. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully. Drop some lands. This is better than making tokens. Okay. Now we can afford to miss for a turn. How does getting a sword thing work? Well, you've got one. Don't hurt yourself or others with it. Unless they deserve it. Or ask for it. I think I'm going to play Scared a Collected Company since I have these reinforcements and I have 2 of these to pop off. I don't think there's a reason to attack my 2/2 into a possible blocker here. Yeah. Like Fizzy Dragon there. They think they're immune to sword swings. Go ahead and teach them that they're not. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So even if I say no blocks, we don't die to an Ember Cleave. Am I dead to that? Was that more damage than an Ember Cleave? They have double Atarka's Command? Holy shit. Yikes. Beep beep. I counted and we actually weren't dead to cleave. We were dead to double command though. Well, that was 7 damage per command. The old 14 ball. 14 damage for 4 mana, pretty good conversion. They're all the ever classic Atarka's Command Collected Company Questing Beast deck. The greed knows no bounds. What are the odds there's Ember Cleaves in their deck too? Is there a number greater than 100%? If there's a number greater than 100%, that's how much I would bet that there's also Ember Cleaves in their deck. Timeouts default to 10 minutes, they do. Yeah.
You and I are gonna take them out. Feel the burn.
I think we just let her die.
I don't need this.
Although, if I would have double blocked, it would have forced them to show us that they're playing Cleave in their Questing Beast Atarka's Command deck. I would have gained comedy insight value. Oh, right. Command gives +1/+1. That was loose. That's fine, we're dead anyways. So, finally, as is typically the case in Magic, finally hit a matchup where putting Elesh into play would be really good, and just never drew a copy of Transmogrify. Bunch of matchups where we board Transmogrify out. So far, our just red-white tokens deck has been okay. The Elesh Norn part of it hasn't really accomplished much. Yeah, did we have 7 lands there? We could have just drawn. We could have just cast Elesh if we drew her. I mean, chat, your opponents don't miss on Collecting Company. You miss on Collecting Company. I miss on Collecting Company. But the people you're playing against always hit the nuts. That's just how it works. Afternoon Crimson Typhoon. Probably Mardu tokens. We played Arcanist tokens again, and that deck continues to be excellent. The more we play that, the more it gets in contention for my favorite deck in the format. Just feels very powerful and consistent. Arcanist tokens. Marduki. Silverquill Command is a heck of a drug. Alright, we need some lands, but we're on the draw here. Ah, yes, the 4th Jeskai control deck of the day. This must be a... Do like, the control players work real jobs? Because we played all week and I didn't have this much Jeskai control during the week. You know, they all showed up on a Saturday. Imagine going to work all week and then logging into Magic Arena and being like, Jeskai control. Yeah, that's for me. It's my day off. Oh, Jeskai control. Ooh, Esper. Okay. When you spend all week at work miserable, weekends are for making others miserable. That's true. I mean, Jeskai control is definitely a power trip style deck, right? Okay, well, the Fatal Push on the Knight token is actually kind of good for us because it implies that my opponent does not have a sweeper in the bank.
I train every day. I have just the trick for this.
I mean, I'd happily play a deck that I know is good against Jeskai control. Black aggro is probably in contention for my one. I would say does that the best right now. What are you doing, child? Okay, you guys need to sit nice. You know, I'm gonna blame the small child coming in for this. I probably should have sent 2 tokens here and sent the knight up here, so that way the Narset was guaranteed going to take a hit through a removal spell, and then I would have still had the knight in play here. Okay, I think I want to force them to have to do something this turn, so they can't just Sphinx's Rev. They do have 3 health left, you're right.
Here we go.
Maybe. Remember?
Killed the Bambi wheel. That guy had 2 health. Oh, the 20. Oh, you. Oh,
They've not done any damage to me, you're right.
that is. That guy. Oh, you.
They have Spell Pierce in their Esper deck? What's that, dude?
I
That
knew
guy
you'd be
on the
my-
wall.
Yup, you're going down.
They're down to 1. Their last point of life.
Yeah. I was so low.
Well, they have a Brainstorm, that makes sense.
But people watch it. People watch that game.
Maybe. They might still win. If they can beat our Chandra card, they could win the game.
Chandra, how big is Chandra?
Yep.
Well, that was
Kitty Slad, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
He is Chandra.
By vanishing bursting her,
Fancy?
it means make it disappear.
It's like JP, right?
My Chandra disappeared. They vanished it.
Fancy.
They've been the agonizing remorse. That makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and transmogrify this. That way we can try and kill them through Sphinx's Revelation, which they should still have in hand. Because they can gain 4 here with Sphinx's Rev. So this forces them to have a removal spell, and then also be able to gain 4. Then go upstairs and eat, dude. You're very capable. Oh, chat, they're in rare form. They don't understand that their mother is not working today, and they can go upstairs and ask her. No, they just want me to do things for them instead of doing them for themselves, is what they want. They're big, capable 6- and 7-year-old children that are capable of acquiring their own food from the pantry that they know where it is. Ecto Band, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Prime and Sir Swanny, thanks for the follows. They're very lazy individuals, chat. They're definitely American. Pack a house and move with a 4-year-old. Ugh. Moving is not fun. I am going to send out a sub survey in June Pikes, asking the subs if they are interested in seeing modern content with Modern Horizons 2. So. Yes, I mean, Moto's the only place to play it, so. Folks have been asking, so I'm just gonna leave it up to a very, very simple poll. I've heard the exact opposite. Looking at statistics, I've heard that Modern's kind of cracked at the moment because it's just a bunch of blue-red prowess. I would wager that casual Modern played at your local game store is probably still very reasonable, though, yes. I think I'm just passing here rather than playing into a counterspell or a sweeper. We have another raise the alarm. Like, we'll just, like, raise, and the next turn we can Legion's Landing, hopefully flip landing right away. Manamorphose is still messed up. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think we just pass here, right? We'll just, like, activate a Danto. How's the step been going? So, the Elesh Norn part of this deck actually hasn't been very good, at least not very useful. The red-white tokens part of this deck has felt very reasonable against control. Chandra Torch and Defiance tokens has been, like, decent. His Wall of Root's still broken, definitely. Intangible Virtue just isn't a very good card. That's what it comes down to.
Let's do this.
Yeah, Primeval Titan's one of those other cards that, like, a Primeval Titan, honestly, is like one of the last remaining cards in Modern that is just like, I can't believe this card's still legal. Like, they banned Mock Soap, and they banned, I forget what other card, they banned Simeon Spirit Guide was the other one. And it's like, they finally got rid of those, but somehow Primeval Titan is still legal. This is the first time we've attacked with tokens while Elesh Norn was in play this set. I think this is the first time we've actually attacked with tokens while Elesh was out this set. Second? It's a second? Okay.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Alright, down to 2. Take some tokens, play a tapped land, activate this first fort. We killed someone on our attack earlier. Okay. Yeah, I don't... I actually kind of think like playing this deck kind of makes me want to explore a non-Elesh version of this deck. Just like cut the Transmogrifies, just like play good cards. Like maybe you even just like play a couple of Elesh Norn as top end with Chandra Torch of Defiance. There's a lot of interaction in this format on average, which makes Transmogrify kind of eh. A lot of people have killed our things in response to it. Hey Run, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. I don't know, I said more good cards. I don't know that Baby Chandra counts as more good cards. But like, for example, the Lorehold commands have been very reasonable. You can see playing more of that. Lorehold command is basically like another copy of heroic reinforcements. Been pretty potent. And there's definitely also... Are you fucking kidding me? What is this bullshit? Excuse me? Excuse me? Rip that shit apart. Get it out of here. No more of that. Rip it apart. Just like we drew it up. I left the rip apart on top there, chat, because leaving the rip apart on top was better content. If I already had the rip apart in hand, I wouldn't have gotten to have the reaction that I had. That was a content rip apart. Hey, Renegade Egg. Welcome back. What is an enchantment we care about in this format? Wow, they're just playing like Esper Misery. You're planning on like decking people with Clear the Mind? I thought the Jeskai opponents were monsters, chat. The Jeskai players aren't. They don't have anything on this Esper deck. Please concede. Please concede. Please? 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 Please stop. Please stop. Am I interested in playing this Esper deck? Nope, not even a little. He's dead, Jim. You got him. Please concede. Please go away. Please. When do signups for the open cut off? Like an hour before, I think, gamer. Deck lists are due like 15 or 20 minutes before. All right, so I can find another fatal push. God bless us, everyone. Opponent just over here trying to play Build Your Own Elixir of Immortality. There is a countdown timer on this. Like, keep in mind, I believe the countdown timer is that till signups close. It might be till signups close. Yeah, until registration closes. Perfect. God, MTG Melee is so good. Such a good site. All right, so there is definitely some bias in the fact that we played against so many control decks in that set and what I'm about to say. But the Transmogrifies really felt kind of and Elesh was okay, but I could see keeping a couple just to cast. And I kind of want to try just like an honest red-white tokens deck. Like I feel like we just like cut these and like play maybe more Lorehold commands as the top end of our curve. And then if we give up the Transmogrifies, are there any creatures we reasonably want to play in this deck? Like, are there like, is Young Pyromancer good? We don't have that many instants and sorceries. Adonto Vanguard, Light Scribe, something like that. Yeah, I can see that. War Boss could be sweet. War Boss is one that's very similar to History of Benalia. Gives us more good threes. Yeah, I don't hate that. Yeah, get some Eldraine in here. Play some Bonecrusher Giants as some main deck interaction. I don't hate that. I think I'd do that. Everything's better with more Eldraine, chat. War boost. I think I'd do something like this. I think after seeing how those played out, I would want to try something along the lines of this in terms of a more fair token strategy overall. Is there another good one drop? That's a good question. Yeah, could you play something like Hunted Witness? That's probably not good enough. Maybe that's better than like Raise the Alarm. Yeah, Red Castle's too hard of the mana. I think just having Shefet Dunes as utility is fine. We don't have that many actual mountains in our deck. Yeah, so this is basically these kind of slots are things you could play with. Maybe 4 of these is too many. Maybe if you're not playing, oh, you know what's perfect? What's it called is perfect? This card, Usher the Fallen is perfect. This actually sounds really, really good. That is yeah, the 2/1 from Call Time. So they're decent 1-drop that then makes some tokens. Yeah, this deck would love a Gideon Ally Zendikar for sure. Yeah, that's the one. There's something I want in this format. It's got to be more playable 1-drops. Yeah, there's definitely a lack of playable 1-drops in the format. I agree with that. I can see Lightscribe being okay. I don't know. Like a lot of your spells don't like need the extra push, but yeah, that one seems like a good addition. So something like that, where you just like drag the curve down and play like this more honest gameplay plan instead of having the combo finish at the top end, because like our just like actual like token beatdown felt pretty okay in a lot of spots. So yeah. At any rate, I'm gonna go ahead. One thing to note is that Lightscribe with this doesn't give the tokens that this makes a +1, but that's probably still fine. I don't know that we're double spelling that often, Lego. So Clarion Spirit's cute, but like our deck's like just playing on curve. We're not really like playing lots of cheap things all at once. At any rate, I think that's gonna go ahead and wrap up for me for today. I don't think I was gonna take a little bit of an early day, so we're gonna be doing the open all day tomorrow. So we'll be back with more viewer decks on Monday morning. Remember, if you weren't here Thursday, Friday, we played 8 different decks, all mostly featuring HA5 cards between those 2 days. Be sure to check them out on my YouTube channel. I'm going to publish the 4 decks that we played today up on YouTube. After this, we played some Mardu tokens. What we played today? We played Mardu tokens. We played Mardu Reanimator, and we played some Atarka Red. So I will catch all of y'all around later. Everybody, peace, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday wherever you're at. And hopefully see some of you for the event tomorrow.